What's going on, guys? It's Corky here again, bringing you another League Play video. In this video, we are doing Slums Hardpoint. This is probably personally one of my favorite maps to do Hardpoint on. And CTF. CTF's fun as hell on this map. Unlike Hijack, which I absolutely fucking hate, besides unless I'm playing in Demolition. But in this video, I'm going to show you tips and tricks, all the good stuff to help you and your team win, or you and two other people, however you want to run it. But to start off, I'm going to show you all of the hard points. As you can see, the first one's right here in the middle, and it's just an absolute fucking war going on right now. Yeah, I totally just owned them with a Hellstorm missile. We just wrecked these guys in this game. It was crazy. Oh, and I gotta say, I'm almost at Master 1, so I'm pretty happy about that as well. This season, I actually got placed almost in Masters. I hit Platinum 66, and then I got Master 27, I believe, and then I went to Master 4. Yeah, I think it's Master 4. So, yeah, I'm just completely wrecking in League Play here recently. So, you already know where the first hardpoint is on this map. It's right in the middle. Second hardpoint is down here in this alleyway. And this one's very easy, and I will show you why later. A lot of the advanced players will be able to tell you why this is easy to hold. The third one is going to be over here. Right here, and this one's a pain in the ass, even when you're holding anchor point. And then the next one is in here. This gets contested a lot. And then it is right back to the middle. I absolutely fucking hate the middle one. It is ridiculous to hold this one. But with my strategies, it'll help you out a lot. Not as much contesting or anything like that. For the next one, I'm going to be talking about roles, and all the roles are, if you watch my hijacked video, it's basically just the basic roles when you have a full team. And I'll also discuss if you're running in 3s and also if you're running in 2s. And I might throw in solo. I haven't decided yet, but let's go ahead and move on to roles. Alright guys, let's talk about roles here. And if you didn't watch my first video on hijack, you're going to have no idea what I'm talking about. So I'm just going to explain it in every one of my League Play tip videos. But as you can see at the bottom here, that's me sitting there holding anchor, and I'm doing the runner position. I'm just holding that spawn. Let me back this up just a little bit so you can watch from the beginning again. So you can see the hard points over there on the right, and I'm sitting here holding anchor so my team can spawn over here. Now the downfall of this is if, let's say, the team gets too close like that guy just did, your team is not going to spawn back here. So you need to make sure to keep the enemies away from that laundromat. I call it the laundromat. But so the main 4 roles, if you're running a full team, you're gonna have 2 Slayers. They go for the hard points. I usually like to throw them SMGs. We'll talk about that and the loadouts after this. But you got your 2 Slayers, your camper, and then you have your runner, which is what I'm doing in this video. Now your camper, he's basically the guy that's gonna do like cutoffs as if you were in CTF. He's gonna call out to your Slayers if somebody's coming in this door and they can't get them. He's just going to be your lookout. It's what it literally means. It's going to be your camper. Now I already told you what the runner is. He's the guy that holds all of the anchor points, and it's crucial for this runner. You got to keep him alive. If he dies, somebody has to go back there and take his place. If not, you're probably going to lose, because holding anchor points is crucial. And in this one, yeah, I went to garage. It's in garage right now, and I just peeled off. But yeah, we were totally wrecking this team. I was 32-13 at this time in the game, 185, 178. Yeah, we were just wrecking these kids. So let's move on and talk about the loadouts. And the loadouts I'm going to cover basically what it means, the loadouts of each role that you designate. And you don't have to use the exact loadouts that I do, but I would recommend it because they work like a charm. As of recent, I discovered that the MP7 is a beast in League Play. So let's go ahead and move on to loadouts. Alright guys, let's talk about loadouts. Now, loadouts on this map are very crucial. These are different from most of my other maps that I play on for Hardpoint. If it was CTF, it would be a different loadout. But basically, for your Slayers, you want them to have either an MP7 and or you can choose between the Scorpion, which Scorpion is a beast. But personally, I stick with the MP7 when I'm running Slayer because it just wrecks everything. I recently just discovered the MP7 and how good it was. I never really used it. But if you're going to go with the MP7, you want to have Suppressor, Quick Draw, and Fast Mag. Now the reason for the Suppressor, I don't know why, but this makes the gun more accurate. It's stupid, in my opinion, because the Suppressor in real life is going to make a gun bounce. Well, recoil, I shouldn't say bounce. The Quick Draw handle, faster aiming for your Slayer, and then Fast Mag so you can reload a lot quicker when you're not engaged in a firefight with somebody. Secondary, of course, the Cap 40 is always my personal favorite. Your wild card, you should have primary gunfighter so you can take that third attachment for your MP7. Perk 1, obviously Flak Jacket. Perk 2 is your toughness, and Perk 3 is dexterity. Now, personally, you don't have to use Flak Jacket, but it helps a lot on this map. Sometimes people use it, sometimes they don't. So for your tactical, you want Flashbang. Recently, I made the move from using lethals to using tacticals because tacticals are more useful. Flashbangs, for example, let's say the enemy's on the hard point, throw a flashbang in there. If they're not wearing tactical mesh, then they're going to be flash and you're going to be able to kill them like it's nothing. So let's move on to your camper. Now, your camper, in my opinion, should always run with the AN-94 in this map. And you want to throw a quick draw, suppressor, and forward grip. Once again, the suppressor, retarded, but it works. Secondary, Cap 40, basically everything is the same for the perks and the tactical. Secondary, all that's the same. Now the crucial class is definitely your runner. Now your runner, like I said, he holds your anchor points, and the best weapon for him is either going to be the FAL or the M8. I prefer the M8. It's 3-shot burst, and it just completely wrecks, as in the FAL, unless you got hosts, just sucks. But if you get hosts, go with the FAL. Use the same attachments as what I have on the M8 here. So for the M8, you want to put reflex, forward grip, and stock. You need as much accuracy as possible, and that forward grip and that stock are going to help a lot. And the reflex, you don't have to use reflex. If you like ACOG, use ACOG. It's totally up to you. All the perks are the same. Secondary, tactical, primary gunfighter, of course. So for your runner, like I said, if you have host, and the easiest way to tell if you have host is when the game starts, you hold the select button as soon as it starts. So as soon as the map loads, hold select. Whoever's got the high screen bar is host. So you can share host with somebody, or you'll pull host yourself. So in the next bit, we're going to be talking about the tips and strategies, all that good stuff, and these strategies do work, so. Alright guys, let's get into the fun part. The tips, the tricks, the strategies. There are really no tricks per se on this map. As long as you know good grenade spots. If you use grenades, then this will work out perfect, but personally tactical is the best for any class you run with flashbang. So to start, my team started over here, and what side is this? The ISA. ISA starts in the perfect spawn, which is down here, because the next point, hard point, is right over there. So when you start, basically, let's talk about going right up here and capturing this middle hard point here. So what you want to do is you want to have one guy run here, and or two, your preference. One guy here, and two guys there. Blue is a bitch to hold, honestly, and you need blue building, blue, whatever you want to call it. So let me start this over, go back to the beginning. And this is what me and my team had done. We kind of mixed things up, but if you pay attention to us, we got two guys going there and then two guys rushing over here, and it's important for me is this blue building. Holding this blue building is crucial. Basically from the side here, you don't want them to be able to flank you and come around here and take this spawn. You gotta hold this spawn no matter what. And in this game mode, I really didn't hold anchor too much. I mean, I did, but only to an extent. Only when they started to come back. Even though I was completely wrecking them they were still starting to catch back up, and that was when I started holding anchor and we started just crushing them even more in the points. So you want to hold this blue building down with 2 people, and you want one guy covering these doorways here so they can't come in. You want the other guy just kind of creeping, making sure that nobody comes through graveyard and or is jumping over the wall right here. And a lot of people, they always forget about this wall, and people will jump over that and they will just wreck you and or flank you, which is the worst thing that can happen to you. So for your other guy, he's gonna run over here, he's gonna run up here, he's just gonna sit right here and watch. And you really just want to have your best gun right here. And so if your best gun is your camper, put him there, because that is a perfect spot for him. Now let's talk about your runner here. Once the time gets down to, I'd say, about 15 seconds, 20 seconds, you want him to turn around and run all the way back here. And you want him to jump up on these picnic tables. You want him to look over this wall to make sure, and as you can see here, I don't know who that was, but they just got wrecked. But you want the anchor, yeah, see how many people are charging for this anchor point to hold down spawn for that hard point over there? That's because you're going to keep spawning here. And your runner's just going to sit here and just pick people off that come down this alleyway, while your other 3 teammates are just over here wrecking this hard point. Now there's really no strategy for holding this. I mean, there is to an extent. Usually what me and my team do, and I'm not pausing this clip, I'm just letting it roll through. But what me and my team usually do is I have one guy sit right here behind orange dumpster, and I'll have him watch points of angle here and to the left, mainly the left because they will charge from the left a lot through blue building. And if there's a guy here and you cannot pick him off, do not rush him. Whatever you do, you just want to sit up here, and this would be your camper spot. Obviously, you want your camper to sit here and just look for anybody coming up that way. And if you see somebody just rush right by, call it out to your slayers down here in the hard point so they know where he's coming from. Let's say you're sitting behind this orange dumpster and you get picked off. Let your slayers know where it came from so that they can adjust accordingly. So if you get shot from the left while you're looking to the right, just call it out to your slayer, and more than likely that guy's going to rush for blue and come down through here. So just call it out, have your slayers waiting, because you're just going to spawn right back here at the anchor point, so you ain't got that far to run back. Now let's move on to the next one, this hard point right here. Let me pause the clip for just a second because I know I was holding anchor here. Back his clip up just a tad bit. Alright guys, so moving on to this next hard point. I fast forwarded this clip so you guys could see. In the beginning of this video, you've seen that I was sitting here holding anchor. I was doing the runner's job, and I'm not using the proper weapon, but I already knew we were going to win. I mean, if you know you're going to win, you can use whatever weapon you want, but if you're going up against a team, use the loadout that I said to use. But you can see me sitting here holding anchor, and like I said, if any of the enemy team gets back here, your team's not going to spawn here, which did happen in this match. Some guy came over here and I ended up killing him, so my team ended up spawning over there. So you want your anchor to be right here, your runner. Now your camper needs to sit right here by the refrigerator, and he needs to watch down here because he can pick off anybody from sitting up here, or you can have him sit right here at this corner. This van just kind of peek over to look for him and call it out to your slayers. But obviously their point of injury is going to be right here, unless your camper gets killed and then they rush up this way. But that's when you've got your runner back there just covering all points. I have had people, no lie, and this is a bitch when people do this, they will come all the way around, come through this little alleyway, and they will lay down and they will creep either up the steps, or they'll just lay down and just creep all the way around and kill your ass. So you need to double check every once in a while and just kind of walk up here and just look and make sure nobody's just trying to crawl around in your ass. And so this spot over here, it's really easy to hold. It's not common sense to hold this spot down. Let me back his clip up so I can show you the garage. Now the garage is a pain in the ass. This is going to be the same exact thing. Your anchor's still going to sit here, and your team's still going to spawn over here. Now this is the hard part. Now these guys will usually end up coming from graveyard, so what you want your camper to do is sit right either here in between this point, kind of look there. This is the best angle right here. if you're looking just like this, you can hear people if you got a headset, and you can see from the left. As soon as you see somebody walking them steps, back up and start shooting. Usually if there's a guy in graveyard, he's going to pop out because he sees that you're shooting at the guy over there. But usually they will rush up here and they will give two shits less about what's over on their left, and they'll just rush right into the front door. Now your camper, all he's got to do is just call it out. It's the same thing, just call it out. You got your runner back here, he's just looking out. He's still looking out, he can see, because sometimes they will come all the way around and come through here. So all points of entry are covered back here. Now let's move on to the other side spawn. Alright guys, so I started the clip all the way over, well, the video all the way over. So if you spawn on this side, and this is the harder side to get spawns, you're going to be down a guy the entire time, which will be your runner. He'll be the guy that's down. He's going to be holding the anchor point. But if you start here, and since they're on the other team, you really can't see, so let me pause this clip. Basically what you want to do is you want to have one guy come through graveyard, and you want one guy going over here, and you want your runner running over here as well, and you want the other guy going through blue. The reason I say blue is because when he comes in here, as you can see, everybody loves the blue room. You want him to kind of just set up here and watch flanks while your other two guys are over in the middle holding down the points. Now, like I said, this is harder when you're on this side of this spawn. The reason I say that is because you're going to be down that one guy, which is going to be your runner. He's going to come down here in this alleyway back here, and he's going to jump up on the tables. He's going to sit up here and watch spawn. Now, this is the only thing different about this side. All the strategies are still the same no matter what at each hard point, except the beginning. That beginning part is crucial, and you want to rush your runner over here to the left and just watch. Make sure nobody's coming around that corner. Usually when your runner comes down here, you sit up here. Usually there's a guy that likes to pop his head out around the corner. There's a guy that likes to come through here, or there's a guy that likes to just creep and sit in between the van and the wall, or right here. So as long as when you rush down these steps and you're looking around, your runner should be alright. As soon as he gets up here to this point, you want your runner to turn to the right instantly and make sure nobody's coming down the alleyway. Come down here, and usually there's a guy that's going to be sitting back here picking people off like he was just doing, and I wrecked him with a lightning strike. I do believe that was me that did that. And you just want this runner to sit back here and just hold this point from the beginning to make sure that they don't get it. When your runner's back here holding his anchor point, make sure that he looks over to the left and make sure they're not trying to flank him. And this is really hard to look and tell, because sometimes the guys on the opposite team, they will rush and they'll creep around this back corner and rush when you're not looking, and then they'll come up to the side here and kill you. That has happened to me before, and it's a pain. This is my team's basic strategies for this map. I don't like to give out like our advanced strategies for this map, but this is something that should help you and your team just wreck people. Now let's say you're running a 3-man team. Everything's going to be the same, except you want to have one slayer, one camper, and one runner, because usually your random guy is not going to hold anchor. It's just not going to happen. And if you're running in 2s, same thing. You want one slayer and one anchor, because obviously the other 2 randoms are going to be running to the hard point. And if you're running solo, just hold anchor. Anchor is the most crucial part, in my opinion. I keep saying anchor, I should be saying runner. But yeah, if you guys like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, because I will be doing a video on all League Play maps and game types and objectives, because hopefully they will be changing it by next season and putting the new maps in. I'm praying to God that they will, at least Revolution, but I doubt it. I would love to see Uprising included in League Play, because in Uprising you've got Studio, which is originally Firing Range, just changed around a bit, and that map is beast, because I can show you guys a lot of strategies on that map. I used to wreck on Firing Range on Black Ops 1. But yeah, if you guys do like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.